Hey everybody, I have a really special treat for all of you today. The other day, I was playing Dead by Daylight, as you know, you do. And as you all know, survivors have a tendency to get pretty salty. The other day, I was also playing Survivor, and I was just having a good time. And I had a survivor message me saying, "Oh, why didn't you come get me at the exit gate?" Against an Oni, with his power ready to go. And as most survivors know, you can't hook bomb an Oni, but I guess he didn't, even though earlier in the match he tried to get me off of the hook against an Oni with his power and nothing good came from it. Apparently he didn't learn his lesson and he wanted me to just kill myself too. But besides the point, that's not the Salt we're talking about, even though basically my point was Salt just seems to be running rampant in Dead by Daylight more than usual. For a while, I hadn't gotten salty messages, but as of recent, Salt has just been at an all-time high recently. I'm guessing it's just because survivors and killers are both used to a whole bunch of OP stuff being thrown in both directions. Since Ruin's been nerfed, of course, Moris are being used a lot more frequently, and so are keys because they don't want to get Mori'd, and blah blah blah. Speaking of keys, this team had a purple key, purple flashlight, and I believe a green or purple toolbox. And they were doing gens right in my face, which you'll see. They were doing them right in my face, and they eventually start getting faster and faster with them too. And I had one particular survivor, the salty one, click his flashlight at me several times. It wasn't a fun experience. It really wasn't. And they were mostly staying around this generator, so I stayed at this generator. As you can see, this person is, even after knocking her away, she came back on it while I'm in tier 3. Okay? But they all stayed and hovered around here. And at the end, I'm of course going to include the messages. And I'll include all of the gameplay too, so you guys can see it. And I know some people like the no commentary gameplay, even though there's going to be quite a bit of commentary, as you can tell. But, yeah. The particular salty survivor is the Claudette with the flashlight. I'm not going to censor the name at the end, because I don't want to censor her name throughout the entire match as well. And if she or he is going to act like this during the match and wants to be presented as this, I'm sure he or she doesn't mind me using his or her name. So, whatever. I think he just might want attention anyways. Don't witch on him. Don't go messaging him. It's what he wants. Yeah, here he is. Not too toxic at the moment, but when I start getting more momentum and when they start doing more gens in my face, that's when it all comes out. But after the match, he gets upset. Well, yeah, of course he gets upset. I already told you guys that. What am I saying? I'll let the gameplay speak for itself, and I'll comment here and there. Without further ado, enjoy the rest of the gameplay. As you guys saw, as soon as I chased the Claudette, they were coordinated enough to finish the gen. If I had chased her for the whole game, they would have completed their gens. So if you're a smart killer and you actually want to like win, you're not going to just abandon all of your generators and chase for the whole game. I realized that when I chased that Claudette the first time, and then I only chased her when I knew I'd have enough time to get back. Because I realized how coordinated these guys were. They weren't super toxic or anything, but they were definitely sweaty. So I sweat back. I definitely tried. And then this person messages me after. I think he was trying to get me angry. Normally, I just kind of ignore these kind of messages, but I figured, hey, it'd make a fun video. I'll play with him a little bit. So I decided to message him back. He says I lose even though the last person got away with a key. I consider a 3-man or higher, and pipping or getting a 3-man and a brutal is still a victory. I consider that a victory for me, because I don't like to slug for the last guy. It's so boring. And of course you kind of have to slug now as killer, otherwise you don't get enough pressure. If I hadn't slugged the David and gone for multiple people, even when I did slug, they still did gens. They left the David on the ground, so it's a tricky one. But I had to get sweaty, otherwise all 4 would have gotten away, which is I'm definitely, this is what this guy wanted. He wanted me to play an AI killer. He wanted me to just let them win, and I'm not going to do that. I want to win. I don't, sometimes I meme, but like I'm not, most of the time I play to win. So yeah, I just think it's so silly, the argument that one got away with a key, I lose. How does anyone counter a key? Does anyone know? I guess a Mori. Maybe I should have brought a Mori. Maybe that's what he's saying. Maybe I should have brought a Mori. Maybe that's what I should have done. Well, anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.